go.
Oh no. That's where they got it.
Windermere is the largest lake in England. It's 10.5 miles or 16.9 kilometres in length, a mile or 1.6 kilometres at its widest, and up to 220 feet or 67 metres at its deepest. We're southbound for Bo'ness and we'll be arriving in around 25 minutes. As we sail along the lake, we'll point out things of interest along the way, but for those wanting a more in-depth commentary, we have a guidebook available called Cruise on Windermere, and this delves into Windermere's flora and fauna, as well as giving a bit more background to the sights you'll see along the shoreline. Packed with coloured pictures and over 40 fact-filled pages, the vessel on the left is the vessel you're travelling on today is the diesel-electric vessel Swift. Constructed in 2020, she's the largest vessel built for services on the lake since the Swan of 1938. Her builders were the Dutch firm Damen, and she was constructed at lakeside using sections brought by road from Europe. Her diesel generators provide the electricity required to power everything on board, including the propulsion units. At 100 feet in length, she is slightly shorter than her older sisters, but she's well equipped for year-round service. She was lifted onto the lake on the 11th of December 2019 and entered service in late 2020. She's named after an older vessel that served on the lake between 1900 and 1981 before being laid up and eventually scrapped just before the millennium. Special ice yachts were sometimes made, and cars were even driven across. After every big freeze, the local papers had write-ups of all the goings-on, and the inevitable deaths from the poor folk who fell through the ice. The last time Windermere froze from end to end was 1963. Much to the disdain of the ice skaters then, the car ferry continued to ply back and forth to keep its track open, meaning skaters couldn't race from Ambleside to Lakeside without having to get out and walk around the gap the ferry had made. More recently, we've had ice around the islands and in the South Basin, but the North Basin hasn't frozen for many, many years.